This is Minecraft's biggest redstone contest, featuring the best redstoners in the world. Whoever creates the most insane redstone build in 24 hours will win $10,000. This all started with just one DM and somehow spiraled into one of the hardest redstone creations I've ever shown on my channel. And to see where the story began, we have to go all the way back to December, where Sipover teased the idea of a redstone contest, but with a twist. Instead of featuring his fans, whose skill range might vary dramatically, he wanted to host a contest with only the very best that no one ever was. He already had a head start with the 5 people he hired for his previous video, and it was our mission to hunt down 25 more. So we all started DMing as many redstoners as we possibly knew. And a few weeks later, we had a Discord server with 30 of the best redstoners and a date for the competition. We had about a week to figure out what we wanted to build that day and prepare our designs. So what the hell was I gonna make? I needed to think of something flashy, something that could impress 3 judges who knew nothing about redstone and bonus points if they got to interact with it. I needed to make a minigame, but which one? Did I want to play it safe and recreate a redstone build I had already made? Or did I want to, no. This is a CraftyMasterman video. I decided it was a good idea to recreate a game I barely even knew how to play from real life, because I hate myself and it makes for good content. The game was Minesweeper, but on a map. Could I design it from scratch in a week? Well, there's only one way to find out. Now, there are 2 kinds of people in this world. Those who understand Minesweeper, and you, watching this video. Released in 1990 as part of the Microsoft Entertainment Pack 1, Microsoft's Minesweeper eventually made its way to Windows installations starting in 1992 with Windows 3.1. The aim of the game is to clear all the cells without clicking on a mine as fast as possible. When a cell is left-clicked, you can either get an empty cell, a number, or a mine. An empty cell will spread to other adjacent empty cells until it gets stopped by a number. A number tells you how many mines are in its surrounding 3x3 area, and a mine, well, you don't want that. Right-clicking on a cell will place a flag. These act like a visual marker for your suspected mines. Flagging mines isn't required to win, but can be useful to keep track of the board. Oh, and the original has this yellow guy who is trapped in the game for all of eternity. So you have to make all of this in Minecraft just using redstone. Oh boy. First day was all about designing the look and feel of the board of my Minesweeper game. Plots on the competition server were 101 by 101, which means they were just a little too small for the 128 pixel map. I didn't care. The plan for the board was to keep that fresh 90s aesthetic, which was pretty easy to do in a block building game. So after spamming 3 different gray blocks for an hour, we have our first Minesweeper board. And yes, I said first. Now I needed a way to display the elements of the game. CraftAge Technology presents the lava crystal display. Using cutting-edge dispenser technology, CraftAge has created a dual-colored 7-second display compatible with the latest map displays capable of all your Minesweeper needs, as well as other things that require very square-looking numbers too, I guess. Thank you, CraftyMasterman, CEO of CraftAge. This is perfect. 10 minutes of copy-pasting later, and our board is done, and so is day 1. On days 2 and 3, we started making the redstone to make these dispensers actually do something and display some numbers. The first thing we did was add a decoder, which turned a redstone signal into a number based on its signal strength. We did this by using a red coder connecting to all the different dispensers, with each slice representing a different number. Now we needed our key component, the interaction, which was a fancy word for making the buttons do something actually useful. But we also needed to make sure that only one thing can display on each cell at a time and that they don't overlap each other and break. So spamming a bunch of toggles and wiring that canceled other wiring later, and we can now activate a number or a flag. But not both, because that's bad. If the last 2 minutes of the video already confused you, then I got bad news for you, buddy, because it's about to get a whole lot worse. So far, all we've done is make 2 buttons display a number or a flag, so no real logic or decision-making redstone has been made yet. For example, what determines what number should show up if a cell is revealed? Well, that's what I had to figure out for days 4 and 5. To count bombs, every cell has to check its neighboring 3x3 area, and every time it finds a bomb, it has to add 1 to its total count. Because we're using signal strength to encode the number as opposed to binary 1s and 0s, adding will be much more compact and simple to make, thank God. After fiddling around aimlessly and parkouring on my redstone for about 2 hours, I came up with this really nice and tiny signal strength adder that we use. The way it works is using subtraction, which literally makes no sense since we want to make an adder, so let's break it down and explain how it does its magic. Let's try 3 lecterns in our circuit, each outputting a signal strength of 1. We can see that the output is a signal strength of 3 using this fancy resource pack. Basically, this long line of comparators is getting full power from this torch, and every time we add a lectern, it subtracts 1 from that original signal. By the time it gets to the end of the line, a full signal of 15 has been reduced to 12, and with one last subtraction of 15 minus 12, we get a final output of 3. Wow, we have an adder. That's so great. Awesome, that's so amazing. But it's not even connected to anything, so it's basically useless. So I frantically spent the last of day 5 connecting every goddamn Minesweeper cell to every other Minesweeper cell. Oh my god, it's competition day already. So yeah, it's the day of the competition, so our 24 hours have technically started. So, what did we have? Well, our Minesweeper game kind of works. I mean, there's bomb detection. You can tell if there's a bomb on each cell. But we don't have zero spread. The bombs can't place themselves randomly, and we don't have any win-lose detect. So, what's even the point? Whatever. We'll just skip to the sip-over video and see what madness happened over there.
Of course, with so many contestants, there's bound to be a bad apple. One of those is CraftyMasterman.
A bad apple?
Yeah, my man threw 10 grand by giving up on his Redstone Minesweeper game, which would have been cool, and decided to play Able Sisters over his mic while speaking a bunch of nonsense.
Alright, fine. I'll do it! I'll goddamn do it! I'll make the best Redstone Minesweeper game you've ever seen in your whole life! I've now wasted 6 minutes of your time and my Redstone reputation is now in shambles. I should at least repay you with a working Redstone contraption in this video, right? All the Redstone you've seen so far, pointless! Except for this adder. We still love it. So as soon as the competition ended, I spent another 2 weeks making not one, but 2 more Minesweeper games because the first version was that bad and rushed, it would have pained me to end it there. Version 2 had every number in its decoder as opposed to only half of them, and version 3 ran so much faster and made version 2 look like a snail racing Jeffy B's flying space wiener. All those missing features we mentioned 30 seconds ago, they are all here because I finally decided to be smart and do my redstone well and take my sweet, sweet time. And since we have a brand new Minesweeper game, we should give it a new name to describe its uniqueness. So from now on, we'll be calling it Mapsweeper because it's a really cool pun and it sounds way better. Now there's only one thing this redemption needs: the judges. Otherwise, what's the point? So I loaded up a 1.18 world and pasted my fat Mapsweeper game smack in the middle of it and set up a server to meet with the judges once again. So let's see what happens.
Okay, so you're gonna press that button, and when you press a button,
you just sound like a Biggie shit impression of like Trump.
Dream.
It's literally Dream.
Wait, how did you do that? Where is the smiley face? Is it down here?
It's this thing. It's this.
Oh.
Thing. I'm gonna win big today, brother. No
Oh my
mine.
God.
No mine. No mine. No mine.
That's not a mine.
Gonna be honest, like I don't know how to play Minesweeper, but this is impressive
Yeah,
regardless.
what's going on?
The map is really cool. It was really well done actually.
I'm going over here because there's no bad numbers. The corner is always a safe bet.
How did you kill him already? CraftyMasterman, do you reckon you could be an actor?
Dang.
Like,
What
express your voice in different tones.
Nicky, have you ever watched a CraftyMasterman video?
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't.
His editing is actually crack. I want to keep talking about penis.
Alright, swiftly moving on, you can find both the downloads of the testing world and the final Minesweeper version in the description. And if you enjoyed this video, then subscribe because I want your subscriptions.
Oh my god, it's so fucking simple. Bro, I would like try and like wire it down below, and then I would like be like, wait, how? Okay, wait, why do both of these get powered?
Because of quasi-connectivity. Oh, step over. Oh!